Hello, family. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, and we are getting ready to make my mama's infamous sweet potato pie. And to make the sweet potato pie, family, you are going to need about a pound of sweet potatoes that I have here boiling. You're going to have about 3/4 of a cup of granulated white sugar. You're going to use a half a teaspoon of nutmeg and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and we're going to add about 3/4 to a cup of carnation evaporated milk. Now, when I'm adding my evaporated milk, I kind of gauge it, so that's why I'm kind of, iffy when it comes down to the quantity of that, because I kind of gauge it, but I know that it's about a good 3/4 to a cup of evaporated milk. So let's get started. You want to kind of pierce that with the fork, and when it goes all the way through your potato with ease, that's when you know that your sweet potatoes are ready. We're going to let that go a little bit longer. Okay, they're ready. Okay, now one thing that I completely forgotten was a stick of butter, and this is all natural, all butter. Um, my mom always used the challenge butter. I don't know, I guess it's just something about it, but that was always mama's favorite. So we put a stick of butter in there, like so. That's going to melt on its own because, as you can see, the potatoes are really hot. So I'm going to add the sugar on with those guys. I'm going to add the nutmeg. Let me round up my cinnamon here. And we're going to put the teaspoon of vanilla extract. Kind of generous with that. I really like the taste of it. Now I'm going to hold off on the eggs because it is so hot. So let's begin to beat that up and mash those potatoes up. Okay, now I'm going to add my eggs, 1 egg at a time here. I've pre, I've cut my oven on to preheat it at 350. I just simply add a little bit by little bit on my evaporated milk. The consistency that I always look for is almost, it's thicker than a cake mix batter. It has more texture to it. I'm loving the way it's looking right now. That looks about right. Okay, family. I added, just to be precise on how much of the evaporated milk you're going to use, I use about 3/4 of the can. So I don't know exactly how many ounces a can is, but you want to use about 3/4 of the amount in that can. And you want to cook this in the oven for about 1 hour and 50 minutes, okay? An hour and 50 minutes with an oven preheated at 350. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to kind of make sure that it's all around the edges of your deep dish pans. You definitely want a deep dish pan. The pans that I'm using on today are the Mrs. Smith deep dish pans, and so just be cognitive of that as well. Okay, family, I allowed this to cook about an hour and 20 minutes. It is, my timer is saying 28.7 seconds left, but as I palpate them a little bit, they appear to be done, and I just don't want to overcook them and dry it out and or burn them. So I don't want to cut them as well because it's fresh out of the oven and they're still hot. So take my word for it that they're going to be bomb. You guys have a good night. Have a joyous holiday. Bye-bye for now.